last chance to talk to the jurors in closing arguments. Prosecutor Gail Levine acknowledged that her office had to hold its nose in order to get Escoto's girlfriend, Yolanda, to testify against him.
I can't charge her. I'd love to. But I can't. And she came in here and she filled in the details. She gave you the answers to questions that you had.
When it was the defense's turn, Escoto and his backup attorney, Terry Lenneman, surprised the courtroom.
Would you like Mr. Lemons to take over as your counsel at this time?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'm ready to proceed, Judge.
For the first time in this trial, Escoto's backup counsel, Terry Lenneman, a seasoned defense attorney, would take over and urge the jurors to find reasonable doubt in the state's case. Lenneman jumped on, attacking what he called the prosecutor's overselling of a mostly circumstantial case.
This is a court of law. No matter how much I scream as an advocate, no matter how much I wave my hands or say, villain, 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 bad, villain, villain, it doesn't make it so.
Lenneman's strategy was to plant a seed of doubt in just one juror's mind.
If there's a hung jury, you may have to start over again.
Then the case went to the jury. Wendy's family, as they had done throughout the trial, gathered together once again and prayed. Her mother hugged prosecutor Gail Levine, who pursued Escoto so ferociously.
She's my hero. She is without a doubt my hero.
2.5 hours after the jury went out, cell phones started buzzing in the courthouse. So many years since Wendy's murder, and now in moments, her family would know.
The years of waiting, the years of mourning her. All of a sudden we're told the verdict is in. Before I got to the courtroom, I was already crying. I was shaking.
Wendy's family members held their breath. Escoto appeared to do the same as the judge instructed the clerk to read the verdict.
We, the jury in Miami-Dade County, Florida, this 22nd day of April 2014, find the defendant, Michelle Escoto, guilty of first-degree premeditated murder.
Michelle Escoto sat stone-faced in his chair, his lips downturned in a grimace, nodding. For the family, there were more tears, but of a different kind. Now sorrow mixed with relief and satisfaction. Wendy's mother dropped to her knees and gave thanks. For Detective Maria Medeiros, a 12-year-old case was now officially stamped closed.
You'll never do this to another woman again. His lies and his trying and his planning and his evil plan will not affect another person.
But there was someone the family felt had gotten away with murder. Escoto's girlfriend, Yolanda Surreal. Her immunity deal meant she would never spend a day in jail.
They're both monsters, they're both psychopaths.
I don't care at all how desperate, how insecure, how lacking in self-respect you have. You're a mother. And you went ahead and planned out the death of another mother's daughter.
But investigators said without Yolanda, things might have turned out differently.
People are going to be throwing their shoes at the TV screen at this point, Detective.
She gave us the additional thing that we needed to
All three of your
charge
coins
and keep
going up and
bringing
down in the corner
Michelle
here.
Escoto to justice in this case.
So he gets a life sentence and she gets have a nice day.
That's how it appears. But in lieu of not having anybody held accountable for this, I'll take that.
But the family wasn't going to let Yolanda off so easily. They sued her for the wrongful death of Wendy and were awarded a $44 million judgment, though they had no expectations of seeing that kind of money.
If she has to pay 1 cent a week, it's well worth it. As a reminder for the rest of her life, how she assisted that monster.
2 weeks after his conviction, Michelle Escoto was sentenced for Wendy's murder. At the hearing, he proclaimed his innocence to her family.
No matter how much satisfaction this verdict has given any of you, an innocent person was convicted in this case.
Finally, the family had an opportunity to address the man who killed
No,
her.
they hover
Justice
over and
served.
flap their fins to aerate them.
Off to hell with you and good riddance.
When Wendy's mother Miriam spoke through a translator,
Because
there was a
he'll do
drawn
the same
look.
thing.
Domingo es el Día de las Madres.
Sunday's Mother's Day.
Muchos de ustedes tienen hijos e hijas
Many of you have daughters or sons
que el domingo van a recibir un beso de ellos.
And you will receive a
You
kiss
know, there he
from-
goes.
Tengo que ir al cementerio.
I have to go to the
Pero
cemetery.
doesn't he have to fertilize them?
A mi hija y a recibir su resto.
To put flowers.
When they fertilize them,
on
they're
my brother's tomb.
skimming above them. They're
Judge
angled
Marissa
about
Tinkler
like that.
Mendez gave Escoto the mandatory sentence.
Life in prison without the possibility of parole.
The
Well,
only
these
way
already
he
been
leaves
laid and
prison is in a
fertilized.
pine box.
And we missed it.
Yep.
On the day Escoto was found guilty, the family went to the cemetery to visit Wendy. They sat on her grave and talked to her.
I kind of just sat back and felt that I could breathe for the first time in so long. And I just felt that she was finally at peace. She could rest now.
Rest for Wendy, the kind young woman who loved animals and enjoyed playing dress-up, and who faithfully married a stranger till death he did part.
That's all for this edition of Dateline Secrets Uncovered. I'm Craig Melvin. Thank you for watching. I'm Craig Melvin, and this is Dateline Secrets Uncovered.
We're agonizing for these last 2 years. Initially, it was panic, and then it turned into torment. I was concerned that she was hurt somewhere. I felt so helpless.
Kelly Bordeaux was always there for others.
She liked to help people that needed help.
There for her friends. There for her country.
This was a good fit for her, the Army?
She wanted to be an officer.
Her personal life was a little more complicated. She was estranged from